talked about early in camp. Are we going to see you playing safety now? So.
Oh yeah, playing all over the field. Different packages they got for me. I got a couple packages at safety, a lot of the star, a lot of corner. So I'll be playing all over the field. Whatever the game plan is, they gave us the full game plan for next week, but I'll be all over the field for sure.
What's it like to play with Derwin?
It's been great, way better. Being able to have another guy out there communicate, loves the game of football, understands leverages and different things, and how we pass and how we play together. So our transition together has been great. It's been very smooth. Yeah. Trey is very smart, man. He understands his defense. He's great in the middle of the field too, also. But he can also come down and make tackles. He'll be huge for us in special teams. So whenever we can get him going, man, that'll be a good pickup for us, especially a guy that knows the system.
Yeah, it's pretty young overall, DB group, with Asante and Kimon
Yeah.
all make the team. Do you find
Yeah.
yourself helping those guys, or are they pretty catching it on pretty quick themselves?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just they asked tons of questions, and it's good to see Kimon make it. I mean, I thought he had a good. He played great in the games. Sometimes you can play bad in practice, but play great in the games and make the team. And he was probably one of those kind of guys that kind of did that. So it's about what you put on that film in the game time and what you can do and make plays when the live action comes, and that kind of separates you.
How have you seen Asante Samuel
Yeah.
Jr. progress over the course of training camp?
Oh man, he's just understanding route concepts, understanding where his weaknesses are going to be in the coverages, knowing the type of routes that you can get. So I think that's where he's improved at, just understanding different type of routes that he could get, and say if he's in cover 4 or cover 3, just different type of routes that you can get for the weaknesses of that coverage.
How do you feel like he's done in the slot? Because that's something they've been trying to cross-train him in there.
Yeah.
How do you feel like it's obviously
Yeah.
a position you know super well? How do you feel like he's done in there?
Yeah. I thought he done solid. I mean, he hadn't played it too much, but when he has gone there, he hadn't had any total mess ups. So he's been able to go in there and do his job. So he hadn't played too much in there, but he's able to go in there if I can't go or Kimon can't go. He's definitely capable of going there and play the slot for sure.
Hey, Chris, when you talk about with your experience, the difference between playing inside and outside, and the
Yeah.
mentality that it takes to play either position, and
Yeah.
that opposed to just sticking on one side and staying on the left side and just focusing on that all day, learning
Yeah.
that side in and out.
It's hard for me to answer that last question because I've never done that in my career. Just stayed on one side and just played. Most of the time I'm always moving all over the field. In the slot, you have to read a lot more. You have to communicate a lot more with linebackers, safeties. You got to cover multiple routes, all routes all over the field. So, and now what you see with the NFL, what they're doing with this fast break offenses teams is definitely harder in the slot now with all the routes that you have to cover. Outside is more of boundary. You can use your boundary, use the out of bounds side with you. It's more of it's really more simpler, I think, to play more outside. But you got to have it's more athletic wise. It's more just can you run? Can you be able to come and have fast breaks? Have good vision on the quarterback. So in this system. So it depends on what system you are. You don't have to think a lot at corner in this system, but compared to you do in the slot, the dime, or safety. So depends on what system you are in, for sure.
Playing inside keeps you more active, keeps you more in the game.
Oh yeah, shoot! You got a lot of stuff you got to do on the inside. You got to communicate with the backers, communicate with the safeties. You got to blitz. You got to play the run. You got to be able to cover. So you got tons of stuff that you have to be able to communicate with.
Chris, do you feel like Asante Samuel Jr.'s game is a little bit similar to yours?
I would say nah. We different type of players for sure. He's more. He's still kind of finding his role. It's kind of hard to really say what type of game he has or what. Is his game similar to we get to live NFL real season games? That's when you kind of really. That's when you kind of who you are kind of comes out. I think when I was his younger, I was a little bit way more feistier. Even though he's pretty feisty, it's hard to compare young Strap compared to Zion right now. I was backs against the wall, undrafted. So my
Was there anyone feistier than you when you were a rookie?
it's gonna be hard to find them. But he has it though. Mentality wise, he has it just like I had it as a young guy. if I get beat, I'm coming back and lining up again and compete. So, and he's not scared to compete. So that's one thing you see as a young players. You got to have that to have some success in the league. Yeah.
Chris, kind of a random question about special teams. You go play special teams, but
Yeah.
during training camp, it seems like there's a lot of time spent on special teams. If you find yourself
Yeah.
saying, you got a lot of break on defense watching special teams, you kind of know
Yeah.
the detail that they're working on.
Yeah, coach tried to make the practice like how it'd be in the game, where you'd have a break and then you got to go back out there on the field. TV timeouts, special teams, or offense being out there. So he tried to kind of simulate that to us, and of course, we need it. I don't think we fared too well last year in the special teams, so that's something that coach is putting a big emphasis on, and all the players to try to get us back up there. We can't expect to have a good team and be in the 30s on special teams. We just can't. That just doesn't happen.
Chris, I know every year you're excited for the new season, and you guys want to win a division, win the Super Bowl, and all that. But speaking about special teams, fixing that, and having year 2 Justin Herbert and all the additions you've got in the draft and free agency, does it feel like this
Yeah.
team could get to that level?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. That's why I'm excited. Be on a good team, have a real chance to really make some noise. So I'm excited about the team that we got. I think everybody as a team loves each other as a teammates. We respect each other on the field. We've had great practices. You haven't seen a lot of fights and things like that going on. Everybody's have respect for each other, and so we just got to bring it all together when it comes next week and start to get this thing rolling. But I'm excited about the team that we have for sure.
Do you feel healthier at this point than you did last year?
I felt pretty healthy last year at this point, so I feel great. Yeah, I feel great. I've been able to do everything they've asked and more, so just being able to stay in shape and being able to play all over the field. So just, when you can play everywhere, you just continue to build up your resume.
Chris, as a veteran, we're all used to, cuts over the weekend and then starting that Labor Day Monday preparing for the game.
Yeah.
What's it like just as a veteran now,
Yeah.
kind of having this week where it's kind of mini camp, doing last minute adjustments,
Yeah.
and then going into a game the next week?
I kind of don't like it. I kind of don't. You kind of get used to that routine, and you have that weekend off, and then it's time to go, But now we have a whole week of practice, so it's like we got an extra week of training camp. That's what it kind of feels like to me.
So it's good because just health-wise, you kind of feel like you can get healthy and.
Oh yeah, on this weekend you can, but it's been a normal work week, so it ain't nothing. It ain't been a bye week,
Chris, with Nas Adderley.
Yeah.
You played some with him last year. You were injured, but
Yeah.
how have you seen him grow being in this
Yeah.
new scheme and maybe being able to be a little more
Yeah.
aggressive?
Just not playing the same technique. Last year he was kind of just always in the middle of the field. So now he can do more things, just by him being able to play more roles, he's happy, So just by having that, being able to play cover 4, play middle of the field, or come down and play the run a little bit way more than you have in the past, you kind of get to see more of his game. So I think that's why he's happy.
Do you sense that he's maybe more engaged just because
Yeah.
he's not just playing center field every single
Yeah.
snap?
Oh, this defense forces you to be more engaged, and especially as the middle field safety or free safety, you have to be engaged with everybody. So it's a lot of adjustments, a lot of different things that can happen with motions and things like that. So as a safety, you have to be very engaged, So we expect him to be the quarterback back there.
And then we talked to Brandon about how during the install back in the spring, he started with, and Ronaldo said this too, started with philosophies as opposed to getting into specific X's and O's stuff. A lot of guys have talked about how that was really helpful in terms of learning the defense.
Yeah.
Was that different than how Vic went about it in
Yeah.
2019 with the Broncos? Was it different?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was different. I think. Well, it's hard for me to say it was different because I had missed a lot of the times when Vic was installing his defense there. But for me, it was new. To just sit back and just talk football with Coach, not talk about what your job is specifically or anything like that, but just talk about football. Why Coach chooses defense or things like that. So. Just give guys. I think it was great for guys to kind of get a understanding how your coach thinks, how he's gonna think in the game. So now that we try to think like him,
Kind of night and day too from the way Foxy and Wade did it.
Oh yeah. He has his own wrinkle to how he wants to do it, and talking football. You don't really have a lot of coaches that sit and really want to talk football a lot on the scheme and things like that. Usually it's like you got an assignment, you got to do this. This is your job. You do your job. But with Coach Staley, we talk football, we talk ball. Yeah, I would say he just knew. He got the new wave on it.
But also too, it helps you guys know the defense better because you're not just being told, go do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's more why you are doing this in
Yep.
relation to the entire
Yeah.
scheme.
And then, like you said, we understand why we're doing this. We understand where's the issues at, problems. And then we understand everybody else's job of what they got to do to execute and how we all work together. So it definitely helps talking ball together.
So it prevents too less freelancing.
Yep. Yep, pretty much.
Why don't more coaches do it that way?
Coaches learn how to be a coach probably through seminars or different things like that, or their past coaches that they worked under. So, some people don't like having their own flavor, and coach he's fine with having it being his own man.